this team now?
Yeah. For me, I still feel like it's like my first week here every time. I'll still guys will ask me questions, and I still feel like I'm the freshman, but I'm not. So just being able to help them is awesome.
What has been the biggest difference you've seen from Austin from last year, where he's the backup, to now where he's the man?
I feel like for Austin, it's just confidence. I feel like he didn't have a lot of confidence, just from not playing. I feel like nobody really can have confidence when they don't play, but now just being able to work with us, get timing down, I feel like his confidence has grown a lot.
I asked Harrison Wallace this too. This might be a dumb football question.
Okay.
Have you ever played with a lefty quarterback before, Austin?
I have not.
Is it different?
Yes.
Definitely. Take me through that.
Definitely. So the first couple passes I ever caught from Austin, I dropped them. Quick, dropped. Because, the ball spin's completely different. So you really have to focus in and get reps down just to be able to just master that. But now it's just like catching from a righty. It's like second to none, so it's awesome.
How long did it take?
It took a couple weeks, but now that we got the timing down, I feel like it's almost more of a benefit now because not a lot of people can scheme up for a lefty.
I was going to say, does you can't give too much away, but does the offense change with a lefty and a righty at all in terms of routes and all that kind of stuff for you?
I mean, I feel like you basically just take Dart and Austin, one's a lefty, one's a righty, so you kind of flip everything. If we're going to do the right, maybe we might do it to the left.
We've heard so much about his arm, right? Being powerful. How strong is that arm?
If you jug machine out there, it feels like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's every day.
Every day. He's not a person you want to warm up with.
I remember him telling us that I think he was dribbling, going out for food and meals and stuff. It sounds like he's kind of a foodie, like Dart was.
Yeah.
You guys go out to dinner. What's your go-to?
Yeah. So we've been going to a lot of different restaurants. We just really try to find a lot of new spots. We've been going to places. Good Day Cafe is a new one. Handy Andy's, places that we haven't been to recently.
I know he loves the Good Day burger.
I showed him that.
Is it good?
Have you not been?
I have not been.
Go after this.
Not good?
Yes.
Okay.
Best burger in Oxford.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you were at media days, obviously. What is this whole? You're one of the faces of the program now. What has this been like for you?
For me, it's just kind of just taking it day by day. I don't really try to focus on being a face or anything like that. Just coming to work every day is awesome for me. It's my dream, so I've just been able to do what I like.
Where do you think you've grown the most from when you first got here as a freshman in 2023 to now? Is it body? Is it mind? Is it everything? What would you say?
For me, I feel like it's more so just the physical side of just getting a little bit bigger. The game, just being around Coach Kiffin and Coach Golding, they challenge us every day. Coach Golding's defense is different almost every day, so just being able to learn the game has been a big piece for me.
I guess, do you guys spend time together working on certain pass rush exercises?
Not really, but we talk about it often.
And I guess for your first season here, just what are you kind of expecting out of yourself, the team, things like that?
We just taking it game by game and trying to go 1-0 second day.
A lot of people seem to be kind of high on this defensive line again under Pete Golding. Just what kind of excites you about the potential there?
Oh, wait, say it again, please.
What kind of excites you about the potential of that defensive front?
I feel like there's a variety of things that we can all do. Everybody got different bags. It's just deep. We can do whatever. And everybody versatile. Everybody can play different positions, so that's good.
With training camp now already here, I mean, how's the off season been? Game's about a month away now. Just what's kind of the mindset for you?
Just taking it day by day. Stack days. You got to win every day. You can't slack. Take days off because it's gonna come back and bite me in the ass. So.
Do you feel like since the spring your game's maybe already improved under Randy Joyner and things like that?
For sure. We was doing a lot of things during the summer that was working on the details of our pass rushes and other things as well. So.
What do you kind of think of Randall Joyner just as a whole so far now that you've known him for a little bit?
Yeah, he's a great coach. He wants to see us all win, wants to see us all do well and exceed, and you can't ask for more.
Yeah, I think going into the season you've gotten some preseason recognition. Just how much do you pay attention to that stuff? Is it easy to kind of block that out?
Yeah, I ain't earned it yet. I ain't done that yet, so I can't even say nothing on that.
Last question for me, just how do you kind of like the way the schedule sets up? Have you taken a peek at it, or are you just focused on
I looked at
Georgia
it, but it's not like nothing I really care about. I just play the next game. Ain't nothing crazy.
I appreciate it, man.
For sure.
That's all I got for you.
Like me.
The defense lost a ton of players. What are your thoughts going into the first game?
My thoughts going to find you. We coming in on the summit. Everybody just, we got a lot of new guys in. Everybody just, just trying to build that connection with guys that, just not get in. Everybody just buying into the system, and hopefully, going into fall camp. We the first day of fall camp. I think we look really good. It's a lot of things we just got to do. But I feel like we're gonna be a great season this year.
I'm just sitting here. TJ Daugherty was at this table, and he's the one that was SEC Media Day, has the green dot. You guys obviously are the leaders on the defense. Do you feel some responsibility to be a leader on that defense? And what have you done to kind of help some younger players or some transfers across that defense this year?
We just got we got a lot of new guys in. We just come in every day, like extra meetings, stuff like that. And we real young too. So everybody really just everybody get about used to just buying into the system and stuff like that.
The defensive line, we talked to Xavier Harris a moment ago, and he stepped up, and Cam Franklin, Eccles, and some other guys. What are your thoughts on that defensive front with a lot of those players now playing in the National Football League?
Definitely good. Will Eccles, Zay, and all them guys. They come ready to work every day, and them guys they played a couple games last year, so they basically got had the experience how things gonna be. So I feel like we're gonna be pretty good.
I'm curious your role this year. Obviously, hand in the dirt, standing up on the outside, linebacker. Where are you kind of foreseeing yourself during the process early on?
I feel like the edge, coming off at the edge of the defense.
Sean Womack, very highly decorated player out of LSU. How's he been transferring in? The meshness with him, how's that been?
He's a great guy. He come in every day ready to work, no matter what it is. He can be somebody can be down over. He's just gonna pick them. He's just the type of guy he is. He's a leader for the team, and every day he just come ready to work.
There's a player that played from Mississippi not long ago, C.J. Johnson, and that actually had someone say that you reminded him of C.J. Johnson. One thing that C.J. had was a lot of state pride. You being a Mississippian, does that kind of go with you throughout the year, being from the state of Mississippi, representing Ole Miss?
Yeah, it definitely do, because I've been here my whole life. I had cousins play here, Dante Moncrief, Woodrow Hamilton, and guys like that. Just try to keep the thing, just keep going, just keep all the guys that's from Mississippi. It's just feel good to play for your hometown and it's close to the family.
What's it mean to have those family ties and to have fans come up to you and be grateful that you chose to play at Ole Miss and decided to stay in state when you could have went anywhere you wanted to?
It means a lot. Just staying in hometown, just playing for the my people from back home, guys like that. They feel real good.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Having a lot of talent, and we know the quarterback room. I don't know if question mark's the right word, but there's a lot of graduation. There was some injury to the offensive line. Where does it stand right now, and your thoughts heading into the season?
I love the group that we have in the line room, honestly. The guys who brought in this past transfer portal, especially in the interior, they're hell of a players, and they just want to work. No matter where they play at, they just want to get on the field and work. And I think that's good to have in the O-line room, that competitiveness, that drive to get on the field. And, I think honestly in every college football team, everyone always questions the O-line no matter where you are. And there's always a lot of questions here. The last 3 years I've been here, everyone always questions the O-line. But I think this year it can be different, and, we can really put the team on our backs.
Obviously, depth chart is not a word you throw around this day and age with NIL and the portal. But Lane did mention that the competition piece was going to be big for every position. Obviously, your name has been synonymous with center all throughout the offseason. Is that a position that you feel like you want to try to win during the offseason, and how's the position look right now?
Yeah, 100%. I've been playing center the last 3 years. I've got to learn behind some great guys, Reese, Buckshot, Gurquan last year a little bit. So, I think I'm ready for it, and I'm excited to, be able to compete. We have great guys as well. Patrick has the ability to play center as well. We just have a lot of depth, and, I just got to come every day ready to work and ready to be my best.
Some transfers, you mentioned Patrick Kutas along with Delano Townsend, and there are others, but how has that transition been from their decision to transfer to Ole Miss? And have they kind of leaned upon some of you guys that have been here before?
Yeah, it's been good. Since the first day they came in, there hasn't really been any problems, honestly. Everyone just wants to work, compete, be the best, and, they're also cool guys to hang with outside the field as well. We joke around with each other all the time. And I've tried to become a more vocal leader, especially with all the guys we lost. So, kind of being in that role and helping them out a little bit has also helped me become a better leader as well.
You look at the season, and I think I asked Caden Lee a moment ago, and I knew what he would probably say. But I don't have to tell you about the Kentucky game last year. On the schedule this year, it's early on. Is that a game you guys kind of have circled and maybe have thought about a little bit?
100%. I mean, I think all the games we lost last year should be circled for everyone, honestly, especially Kentucky, because that's a game we definitely should have won. I love that it's week 2 this year, jumping right into it. So, I'm excited for that, excited to go down there.
What are some things you learned from last year? We asked Lane in Atlanta about some things which you might have not necessarily done differently, but maybe what you learned, and he answered, which we would have had a better rushing attack when we needed it. What are your thoughts on what you may have learned last year that you can take forward to this year?
From what I learned, honestly, the guys we had in the O-line room last year, we had a lot of experience in that O-line room. The 2 guys we brought in from Washington, and we had probably 5 or 6-year seniors. So for me personally, I learned a lot of football from them over the course of the year, and I learned, especially on the field, about a lot of football IQ stuff, and I'm excited.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Ray. Good luck. Room that had a lot of question marks last year has quite a few, or a lot better depth this year. Your thoughts heading into the season as you're able to play just a little bit last year?
I feel like we have a really, really good room. I feel like we all mesh together well. We all bring a different dynamic, to the game. I would probably put myself as like the more versatile that can do everything back. But then we have, Kewan Lacey coming in from Missouri.
Yeah.
He's that change of pace back, that home run hitter, that explosive playability, kind of like Dewish last year. And then we got Don from last year, a seasoned vet that can, get the job done in every aspect. We got DT coming in from Troy, another hard, tougher in between and running tackles, break a lot of tackles. And we got Shakai coming in as a freshman that has that, that size speed ratio that's pretty rare, that comes to a school. So I think that we have a really, really good back with like a lot of potential.
We saw you a little bit in the Gator Bowl, had the knee brace on at one point, took it off the other. Good to go first of the season?
Good to go, full go.
What makes Shakai Mills Knight so good? I mean, he's highly decorated out of Tennessee, but he had all the accolades coming in. What makes him such a good running back? And is that transitioning over pretty well early?
I definitely would say it's transition over well. Every freshman has their learning curves. 9 times out of 10 more with like understanding like concept and schemes of like pass pro and stuff, but. Ultimately, I feel like he's picked up on a lot of information. He spends a lot of extra time, with Coach Fred and with Coach Schmidt, learning, asking me and Dominique and Kewan questions about what he needs to do better to get better. So I feel like, just coming in as a young guy, being eager to play, eager and ready. I feel like he's done good. And, what makes him special is, like I said, that size speed ratio. He's about 6'1", 6'2", almost 220 pounds, but he ran 10.5, 10.6 in high school, so extremely powerful, but at the same time, extremely fast. And that when you're powerful and fast, it's hard to tackle. So I feel like in the near future he's going to make a lot of plays here and be a really good back here as well.
When you decided to enter the portal from LSU, what made Ole Miss stand out and what made Ole Miss the destination for you?
Because coming out of high school, I don't think a lot of people knew this, but me and Coach Smith had a really good relationship out of high school. It was down to LSU, Ole Miss, and Notre Dame. I think a lot of people didn't necessarily knew that. And, every time I entered the portal, when I entered the first time from Notre Dame, they were the first people that called me, got me to come up here on a visit. And then when I entered the second time, first people to call me had understood and knew about my injury in the bowl game. And the plan wasn't for me to, we want you to come back right now and rush you back. The plan was, we want you to come back, we want you here, we know the kind of player that you are, and we believe in you and your mindset to come back from your injury and help us this year, or help us this upcoming season. And they're the first people to call me as well, and I feel like that speaks volumes. Kind of, not in a bad way, but like kind of gave him the cold shoulder twice, but at the same time, they still believed in me, still trusted in me. So at the same time, I feel like I not necessarily owed it to him, but I feel like it was a blessing, it was an honor that that they wanted me even at my lowest, and that speaks a lot about this place and about the coaches too.
What makes Lane Kiffin so special as a head coach?
I definitely would say what makes Coach Kiffin special as a head coach is probably his resume. All the great players that he's been around, the great coaches that he's been around, being able to give us that feedback of, what it takes to get to the next level, what it looks like at practice to get to the next level, how the good players approach the game, how the good players, approach football. He's been at each level. He's been in the NFL. He's been coaching side by side with Coach Nick Saban. And from the running back position, he's had some of the best backs to grace a college football field. So I feel like just him and his knowledge of the game and what he gives to us and the information that he gives us makes him extremely special, because I feel like everything that he says and he knows it has a purpose, and I feel like he knows exactly what he's talking about, and he has the facts and statistics to prove it.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Talked about a lot.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about playing for him and about how the defense surrounding him and his interactions during practice, and then what it's like playing under his system.
I call Pete one of my big brothers. So so his defense first, it's perfect for any person. If you can really just understand what you're doing, the defense gonna fall in place. So it's easier to understand other than doing all the other stuff. I like to just go ahead, put my head down, go. And on the field, Pete, he gonna keep he know what we're going through, so he keep it mellow, not mellow, but to keep the energy up on some plays.
Anytime his defenses are noted, whether it be here, Alabama, or other stops that he's had, he's always been kind of towards the top. What makes his defense, and all the schemes and all the places you played, what makes his so much or a lot better than the other places?
I say how he teaching it, how he putting it out there, he making it you can actually believe it. If you really trust what he's saying, it's gonna work. That's how I feel about it.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Had a chance to visit with Lane a little bit ago, visit with Harrison a little bit ago, and basically the overall thought process is the wide receiver room could be the deepest room or the most talented room on the field. How does it feel walking into a room that's talented like that, and what have you kind of learned in the early process of transferring over?
It's great. We have a lot of guys who can compete. A lot of guys. So it pushes us to be better. Everyone's out there competing for a spot, trying to dominate, and all in all, we just lift up each other. We're just one team, one goal.
I asked Harrison a moment ago, how's the transition been over? Obviously with Austin Simmons, Caden Lee, a veteran receiver. Has everything gone pretty well so far?
For sure. The transition was smooth. Got here. These guys are my brothers, my family. I really love this whole team, love the guys in it, and just doing good things.
Lane Kiffin's always kind of upper echelon of the next step forward. He's always kind of been at the preeminent spot of college football. What makes his offenses so fun to play in that you've seen so far? Obviously you made the decision to come to Ole Miss, but what makes him so good at what he does?
He's very confident in what he does, in his scheme and the plays, and just very confident, very smart, very outgoing and stuff like that. So those are the things that I like about it: explosiveness, the chances to make plays downfield and even short field. So it's a good offense.
Obviously had a number of places you could go when you entered the portal. What kind of put Ole Miss over the edge for you and made the decision to come to play for the Rebels?
The offense, the conference, and most importantly, I just want to win. I want to be able to contribute to a great team and help them win some games.
What are you most excited about when you talk about fan bases and stadiums and the pageantry of it all? What are you most excited about when you talk about Ole Miss and playing football here?
I'm excited to be out there. I'm excited to be out there on the field with all the boys here, making plays, just winning games.
Have you had a chance to, see what the Grove's all about, or have a chance to see kind of the game day atmosphere and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I kind of been around campus a lot, looked at everything, but I'm ready to see it live action, the Walk of Champions, all that kind of things. I'm ready to see it in person.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Coach made a mention a little bit ago about how important in regards to the talent, could be the receiver room, could be the most talented, really good receiver room for you to throw to.
Great group of guys, honestly, and I built some chemistry over the summer with them. You know, flying them down to my hometown just to get some training in, just getting to be around them as people as well, just hanging out with them, just getting to know them better as people. And on top of that, just seeing how everyone really excelled from spring football to now, seeing there's more savviness to them. There's more more attributes of savviness, and on top of that, I just can't wait to see what they're gonna do.
We told you at SEC Media Days, I don't know if you remember, but the next day you were taking the offensive line out to eat. I guess that went well.
That went amazing. Yeah, it was a great night, honestly, just being around them. There's a whole lot of laughs, too, because of Joe Corey, just making jokes left and right. But it was just a great night, just being around them, just treating them out to dinner.
A lot of experience has gone off that offensive line from last year, but this year some transferred in. Townsend, Kutas, you got Bryson Sanders back. How's the offensive line so far, and then what are you excited about seeing over the next couple of weeks before the first game?
You know, I'm really confident in this group of guys. They do a lot for me. You know, they do a lot for the whole offense, and seeing how much they progress. You know, especially learning the new offense, of course, and really just getting adjusted to a whole different playing style of our tempo, and I'm just excited to see what they're gonna do week one. Just set the tone for the entire season.
Not that anybody's making a comparison to Jackson Dart, but if you were to talk about kind of filling his shoes, those are really big shoes to fill. How are you kind of, manufacturing that moving forward towards the first game and kind of making your way for Austin versus what Ole Miss fans had with Jackson last year?
I mean, I'm not really focused on filling shoes, really just focusing on doing as much as I really can, being the best player I could be day in, day out, and just progressing overall as a player, but also as a human being off the field, and just being the best quarterback I can be for this program.
The other room that we haven't talked about is the depth as a running back room, and we talked with Logan Diggs, and we had a moment to visit with Lacey a moment ago, and then Shakai Mills and I. The room, much more depth and talent, and just your overall thoughts on the running back room.
No, I'm really excited for these group of guys. They put a lot of work in with Coach Smith, and the amount of times I see them walk through in the indoor facility, it's great seeing how passionate they are about this whole thing. Seeing how determined they are coming to the season, see how much they want to learn, how better they want to get as players, and just excited for them as well.
What's it going to mean to you when you get off the bus at the Walk of Champions and walking through those fans, being the quarterback at Ole Miss? What would you like to say to the fans and the people of Oxford, and how excited are you about being the number one guy?
I'm really excited for the season. I just can't wait to go out there week one and just dominate.
Taking a look at the schedule, I know you may not give me the true answer, but Kentucky is, right there, and it was a tough game for you guys last year. But what are your thoughts on the overall schedule this year and some games you're kind of looking forward to?
I'm not looking that far down the road, honestly. I'm just focused on Georgia State, just getting past them.
What are some personal goals you had for this offseason?
Really just to get in the best shape I ever been in, get ready to compete at a high level.
What team goals do you have for this season?
Really just focus on Georgia State right now, taking one game at a time.
What about any personal goals?
Really just compete. I'm trying to go out there and compete, day one, fall camp, first game, whenever.
What teammates have stood out to you with their leadership skills?
On the defensive side, definitely linebacker TJ, he really been one that stand up for sure, and Womack from LSU, the D-line, they stand out on the defensive side as some great leaders. Of course, Austin Simmons.
TJ seems to be a common answer today. What about him makes him such a great leader?
Really just the competitiveness he brings. He's coming out there every day, the same person ready to work. You got to take from that and go out there and compete.
If you had a walk-up song, what would it be?
Let me see. It would probably be "Youngin" by Rod Wave, one of his old albums. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nah.
Chemistry at the running backs room.
It's great. It's great. A lot of competitors in there, ready to work every day, so push each other.
What do you guys do to bond? You guys do anything fun?
Oh yeah, we go out to eat. We try to once a week. We definitely go out to eat. Go to the range, go play basketball, a lot of different stuff.